Welcome to the Hardcore MBA podcast with your host, Erlend, Bakke.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of Hardcore MBA, Millionaire Business Academy from Moorgate in London. We are currently here with Simon Stanley, an internet entrepreneur. Don't know what else I was trying to say there, but internet entrepreneur. Basically what he does is he has products online that makes money while he sleeps. In my international best-selling book Network, again, I do talk about how you can create products, put them online, and make money while you sleep. And in fact, Dave here, the cameraman, also makes money while he sleeps selling t-shirts. So, you know, you read about these things, you hear about these things, but you know, if you're not actually experiencing it and seeing that money come into your bank account every month, you kind of don't believe it. So, Simon, how do you get started in this industry?
Wow, I mean, for me, by the way, thanks, Erlend, for having me on your show. It's fantastic. I've always wanted to be speaking to you guys. And yeah, for me, it started out, funny enough, on my mum's sofa on a couch. What my life was going nowhere. It sounds a bit cheesy, it sounds a bit out there, but it's true. I was literally broke. I first got the internet connection, and I thought, wow. I mean, the fact you could put an internet, like a page online, and have it out there potentially to the whole world to see, it just captured my imagination. And straight away, I'm very fortunate. I kind of like fell into it, and I got the internet connection at home for the first time.
This was in 2005?
Oh, a long time. I started when I was 16 when I first got the internet, and I think I was 24 until I finally cracked it. So a long time, a lot of trial and error, I wasted money. And yeah, so that's really how I got started. And I was basically trying to get out of the situation I was in terms of wanted to get my own place and things like that, but I didn't want to go down the road forever, my entire life, work 9 to 5, working to make somebody else's dreams a reality. And that's
but you were stacking shelves. I think I remember you were. I did that too when I was 14. I was stacking shelves. My first job.
Yeah.
It's okay. I made my own money, which for me was like big when I was 14. Like the thing is, my parents. They wanted me to be a tennis player. And then I found golf, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to try golf, and I really like golf, and I want to play golf now. And they were like, no, we spent all this money on teaching you how to play tennis, so you got to play tennis. I was like, fine, I'll just get a job, and I'll make my own money, and I'll just buy whatever I want. That's how I got started stacking shelves. So.
Nice. Yeah, same for me. I was on £3.75 an hour. For me, actually, that was like a ton of money. I was earning £3.75 of my own money, and even then, I remember I was always dreaming about this stuff. And now, yeah.
So, what was your first big breakthrough? What was like what really made it happen? Where you went like, okay, I can do this.
I would have to say, it was the first time I made a digital sale online. Money came in from me selling my first ebook that I wrote. And I'm going to be completely honest, at the time I was in, like, when Yahoo chat rooms were around, I don't know if they are today, I managed to convince some guy to buy my ebook. It wasn't through like traditional selling where you build a high converting sales page, you send people there. I was just speaking to one guy, I said, come on, please buy my book, and he probably took pity on me, he bought it. But I still saw 20 something bucks in my online account, and I actually saw the transaction of an online sale and me giving the ebook on the other side. And that was like when I was running around the house screaming, like nearly crying. I was like, oh my God. And that was when the first dream was realized for me at the $27 maybe.
Yeah.
And that was when the first time I saw it was possible. And then it just scaling up. You make your first online dollar and then just rinse and repeat.
What year was that?
Wow. Long time ago. I believe I was probably around 18, 19 at the time. Don't know what year. But
because you had your stint in eBay selling as well, didn't you?
Yeah, and that was a funny story. So I was things started coming along nicely, but I thought I'd try my hand at eBay, and I was selling like little mini motorbikes, like I don't know, kids drive around these mini motorbikes, and it was near Christmas time, and I saw one of these mini motorbikes, and I was out at the time, and the guy who wanted desperately this mini motorbike for Christmas turned up at my mum's front door and said, "Where's the mini motorbike?" But I was the middleman, so the warehouse hadn't shipped it yet.
So drop shipping.
Yeah, it's drop shipping. And he just turned up at my front door like, my mum's like, "Well, we haven't got any motorbikes." Yeah. So that was quite an interesting situation. So then I moved on from eBay because I didn't want people turning up at my house like that.
Yeah.
And
So for the last couple of years, you've been traveling the world and spent a lot of time in Spain. How do you actually make money online?
So at the moment, my main brand actually is the Freedom Income Formula. So that very similar actually brand to say Never Work Again, but it's more like, it's an actual step-by-step program. And as you know as well, and actually in the book and everything you do, you say you have to put some effort in to actually reap the rewards. And so it gives them the step-by-step directions to do that, but also intertwined with the mindset, paradigm-shifting strategy to have that change in mindset as well, to work as an entrepreneur rather than a worker bee, so to speak. So I think there's a big mindset shift there that has to happen as well. So, but before I did any of that, I also made an income in the self-improvement niche as well. So I'm not just one of those guys that teaches how to make money, but yet hadn't made money doing anything else online.
Right.
So it was like a natural progression. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. Yeah.
So what is the Freedom Income Formula? Because I already know it, but I would like you to share it, because it's a simple formula, which I actually have written down, and on my screen every day it actually comes up on my vision board, which is basically my Mac. I have a folder, like if I see something or I want to be reminded of something, I put it in the folder, and then on my Mac I say show images from this folder, and that's my vision board. I didn't go out and spend like $100 on like mind movies or anything like that. I'm an entrepreneur. I find a cheap way to do it. So what is the formula?
Okay, so pretty much, I believe, starting out, like when somebody's say hasn't got any of this, they're starting with a blank canvas, the best way is what I like to call connection commerce. So that's where you're connecting with people with products they want, yet what you're doing is just satisfying a need. Okay, so that's how you can actually start generating a life-changing income, by not having to create a ton of products to begin with. You're looking at a need, what there is there a market for it? Okay, and what high converting product is there out there that I can connect that with? So that's what I believe people can start out with, is the fastest way. And I'm never one to say making money is really easy, but that is the easiest way I know possible. So that is the first step, is to actually start reinforcing the belief system that you can do this stuff. You know, it's like you start seeing the income coming in, and once you make $1, it's just a game then, I believe. You make $1, you just rinse and repeat it. So that's the best way. The first step, connecting people with products they already want, and you're just the one that's directing them there.
Right.
So it shows you how to find that product and how to market it.
And then how do you actually go about doing that? Because you always, like when somebody has a kid, because I coach a lot of entrepreneurs, and when people have kids, they come to me with kid ideas. Yeah. And when something else happens, they come with that idea because they think that because I have a problem with that, somebody else was going to have the same problem, which is sort of a traditional way for entrepreneurs to kind of have a problem and then find a solution to it and then want to sell it, which is good. But how do you really, really solidify that this need in the market? Is it better to kind of figure out, there is a massive need, and then test it, and then how can you create certainty around that need? How do you know you can convert and make a bit of profit?
There's marketplaces online that you can go to, and you can already see the products that are selling like hotcakes, right? So it's pointless going into an industry or a niche that doesn't, you may have a passion for it, but it doesn't necessarily sell or make you money. So it's great. The first step, I believe, is to go to an online marketplace where you can categorize the top sellers in a specific industry. And if you see something that's really selling, then you go deeper with it. That's right from the get-go, is you're finding something that is selling, ready to go, and then you can know from absolute certainty right from the get-go that what you're doing is actually worthwhile. And it's just a matter of, again, connecting those people with the product, high converting product. Obviously, make sure the product is good that you're recommending, and then from then onwards, you can, if you wish, start building your own brand and start building your own. So online marketplaces like ClickBank, the great one. You can log in, look on the marketplace, and categorize it by gravity, which means prioritize it by products that are selling the best. Look at that. There's obviously a need there. The ones at the bottom, there's chance selling at all. Obviously, there's not a real need. So it's good to match the need with the right product, the right people.
I'm actually reading, just going back to something you said earlier, about like the first step is actually being confident that you can actually do it. And I'm reading Arnold Schwarzenegger's book, Total Recall, which is actually really good. And a lot of people view Arnold as like a meatbag. But he's actually been incredibly successful in like multiple industries, like bodybuilding, then real estate investing. He was financially free before he started his movie career, and then he was the best paid actor for a while, right? Yeah. And then he was governor of California, and he's like a really, really good businessman. And the question is like, why? How has he been able to do that? Well, one is discipline, but the most important skill set, as you said, is confidence. Yeah. It's like he believes that he can become governor of California. He believed he could become Mr. Olympia, and he then just like worked daily on achieving that goal. And he has, incredible discipline. He's a joker as well, and he's a funny guy. But he's like he's such a large level of confidence.
Absolutely,
and I think that's very challenging when you start a business and you kind of struggle. And how do you stay confident in the struggle?
Well, I mean, I believe the hardest part, is just getting started and seeing the results up front. It reinforces your belief system, and as long as that's scalable, that's the key, I believe. Is again, it's a shift in mindset, which I believe is covered in your book as well. Is when you're making a shift from worker to entrepreneur, or something that you want to see scalable, whereby there's no cap basically on the amount of income you can earn. When you're in that position, you're in a good position. That's the great thing with digital products, is you can make the sale once, or you can make it 1 million times. There's absolutely almost no difference. Again, it's a game. So the key is making that one sale. And once you do that, really from then on, it's kind of like, whereas before it was an uphill struggle to make that first sale, it's like you reach the peak. And for me, actually, at this point in time, it's more how to take it to the next level, then the next level. So it's actually more of a game now. Whereas before, I was just wasting money, getting in debt. And then when you make that first sale and you see how it's done and your efforts are reaping rewards, then you can just move forward day by day.
So going back to the freedom income formula, can you get that online? Is that an online course? How does that work?
So for the people interested, it's freedom income formula /go, or whatever link Erlend has.
So freedom income /link, or
I mean,
do you have a catch-all on that?
Well, there we go. Exactly. So from there, that's the best way to check it out. You see the video presentation, and it goes into depth about how you're pretty much converting. It's a fusion of mindset stuff, kind of like we've been talking about, and also the actual strategy to make money in the real world, how to actually put steps into action. And funny enough, you mentioned Total Recall on Schwarzenegger. Again, all these these mentors. The same for me.
He had mentors all the way. And one of the things that he was so good at from the very beginning was like he would connect with the best person in the industry at the time, and he would get mentored by that person. And I was like, success isn't rocket science. It's just like doing the same thing as other people have done before.
Absolutely.
So basically, I've got something in my eye. But basically, you've done tremendously well online, and now you're like, okay, I can teach this to other people.
Yeah.
And what I really liked, and what is on my screen every day is basically traffic plus high converting product equals cash.
Yeah.
And that isn't only applicable to internet products. That's like everything.
Yes.
Like money making is traffic. Most people forget that. Most people have a product.
Yeah.
But is it a high converting product? How do you put everything in place for people to buy it?
Yes.
You know, and then I think the biggest struggle that people have is like the traffic. I actually because I'm the outsource guy, I just pay people to create traffic to my product for me, because I don't know the things and terminologies and how to do it. But I do think that I would be doing even better if I actually did know more about traffic creation. So can you share with us a couple of strategies that you
Absolutely. And exactly, you just nailed it, is traffic plus high converting offer equals sales. And if you have that formula down, it's incredibly hard not to make money online. The right people, the right offer equals sales. And if you're going to boil it into 3 steps, if you're starting from scratch, you haven't got any of this, that's how you start, guys. Okay, I'm looking at the camera right now. Traffic, high converting offer equals sales. And I also believe another part of the key in terms of the traffic side of things is to have a circle of influence. So you're building an email list, it may be, of people that know, like, and trust you, and that when you do recommend something, that they're going to buy it because they trust you and they think, okay, this person's recommending that, so they buy. So there are some more steps rather than just 3 steps, but I mean, that is the best way to summarize it all, those 3 steps. In terms of traffic generation, the best way is almost things like myself and Erlend met at a seminar.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Is that 3 years ago now?
Yeah, it must be 3 years.
We met at a Brendan Burchard seminar.
Exactly.
I just written up my book actually at the time.
Yes, I remember.
Not that copy, not that version, but another one. It was called "You Will Never Work Again."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there we go. I mean, from that, obviously myself and Erlend connected, and attending events like that. Other people that have circles of influence. That's a free way of driving traffic, because people have different lists and they just press the broadcast button, whatever it may be, and then there's traffic coming your way just because you put the time in to go to an event or to create a podcast or whatever it may be. Completely free ways. There's Facebook, there's Twitter. So many ways to drive traffic, just as long as you're willing to put the time in to think, okay, I'm going to do this now, and I'm going to use every medium possible to send traffic, whether it's free or paid. And but again, the key comes down to if that product converts. If it doesn't, then you're almost wasting your time, because you're driving people there, they're hitting a blank wall. You need those 3 keys, like you mentioned.
What about Facebook? Because my ad account on Facebook is actually suspended.
Yeah,
forever.
I got it. Yeah.
We've gotten around that, but I was basically promoting a webinar on helping people to outsource, and Facebook basically suspended my account indefinitely. Why are they kind of cracking down on sort of money, how to make money things? My friend Mark Anastasi means it's like a higher something coming from like a higher ups, because he's really into conspiracy theories. Well, he doesn't think it's conspiracy theories, but he says like, the government doesn't want people to know how to make money, because then they will be free, and when they're free, they will no longer adhere to rules, etc., etc. But they are cracking down on different marketing strategies for wealth creation. Why is that?
That's a good question. I actually don't know the reason why they're doing it. I've heard of a lot of people got their accounts suspended as well. The way I use Facebook, though, is actually as a connection tool with clients. So, for example, someone buys the Freedom Income Formula. I take it a million steps further. If I got their email address, I look them on Facebook. I find them on Facebook, I add them as a friend. Okay, it takes some manual labor to do that, but when you're going so many more steps ahead of what everyone else is doing. You're separating yourself, using social media as a tool to connect with your customers. That person will, one, not only take more action with the product itself, they will then, on the back end, if they like your high ticket products, be more inclined to buy. Because they thought, hey, this Simon Stanley guy's added me on Facebook. My word. Same as Gary Vaynerchuk, is that?
Yes.
Him? He's like huge.
He's vain.
Yeah, but he's like, he's always on his mobile device, like texting people.
Yeah.
Of his customers.
But I think in terms of like traffic, what you said, like just connecting with people at events, like connecting with people. I mean, that's how I've managed to create like my book marketers. I met at events.
Oh wow!
And and then with my book, like people emailed me and said, "Oh, can you do a podcast interview?" And I was like, "Okay, I'll do a podcast interview." And then we would talk afterwards. Like, always take some time to like. There's a lot of people that are just like, they'll come on your podcast and then they're like done, and they don't take the time to like really connect on a deeper level.
Absolutely.
But it's really important to create that, because business ultimately is people. Like, despite all the technologies and despite everything going on, it's like you are buying from somebody.
Yeah.
And people buy from people, and I think we forget that in the sort of digital world.
Absolutely.
To some extent.
Yep. 100%. And it comes down to trust. And if someone buys your product and you deliver and actually get them obviously they have to put in the work, but to get them the results that you promised, you deliver a great product and something that they can take action on, then they would buy it. They're going to buy it. They get them results in advance.
Yeah.
It's then something, they're going to follow you forever. And I honestly think that.
Yeah. And it's I can't remember the saying of our good man TR Tony Robbins there.
Oh yeah.
But it's something like we practice in private, like constantly every day. Like, there's no overnight successes.
Yeah.
It's like thousands and thousands of hours of preparation, throwing out these bottles with the treasury map or whatever, and then one day like they come back.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's really a good analogy, but
exactly. And just to use that as a perfect example, and actually it's great, is again this product freedom income formula. The amount of time that went into recording the actual product itself, having Dave fly over to Malaga, these different parts of the world to record with me, walk up a castle to record a certain set, and then you come home and find out it wasn't recording. You go back up there again, record it, and it's like the whole thing. And you come to the other side, and everyone's like, "Oh my word, that's so cool! How'd you do that? Like, wicked! I mean, so easy." Yeah, like you said, you practice in private, not even being totally 100% sure if it's gonna fly.
Yeah,
and you just gotta keep the faith, and then you go out the other side. Yeah.
So are you putting on any events going forward here in London? Or?
Planning, this year, absolutely. We yet to lock down dates. Though last year that your kind self spoke at and went down a tree and do something like that again, but on a grander scale.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Again, dates as yet not 100% sure, but as soon as we know, we're gonna send that out. So.
So guys, if you want to know more about how to make money online, I know that the Freedom Income Formula has lots of really good tips for you. And to get access to that, just go to freedomincomeformula.com.
Best way is just to click the link below this video or on the video, wherever it may be.
Below here.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Friday here. I'm not sure when you're watching this or when we're sending it out, because we actually pre-record these podcasts. But it was great having you here, listening to us, watching us, and we're gonna have fun this weekend. So see you soon.
Lovely. Thanks, Erlend. Cheers, guys.
This podcast is brought to you by MrOutsource.com. Outsourcing to the Philippines done for you. Mr. Outsource is a recruitment company matching busy entrepreneurs with Filipino virtual assistants, so you can have the time to focus on what's important.